November 24th, 1971. A commercial airliner sits grounded on the tarmac in Seattle, its passengers completely unaware they are at the center of a federal crisis. In the back row sits a man in a sharp suit and dark sunglasses who calls himself Dan Cooper. He has just quietly shown a stewardess the inside of his briefcase, revealing a tangle of wires and a bomb. His instructions are calm and highly specific. He wants $200,000 in cash and 4 parachutes brought aboard the aircraft. The authorities comply. In exchange for the money and the survival gear, Cooper allows the 36 terrified passengers to disembark safely into the Seattle night. But letting the hostages go doesn't end the standoff. It merely strips away the buffer, moving the hijacking into a far more dangerous phase. With his demands met, Cooper orders the pilots to take off again, directing them to set a steady course south toward Reno, Nevada. Then he issues a chilling command. He tells the entire flight crew to retreat into the cockpit and physically lock the door behind them. The crew obeys, sealing themselves in at the front of the plane. They are now flying blind, completely separated from a hijacker armed with explosives roaming the cabin behind them. The aircraft becomes a pressurized vault miles above the earth, entirely under the control of one man, operating in complete secrecy. Alone in the passenger cabin, Cooper does something no one expects. He forces open the rear exit and manually lowers the plane's aft stairway directly into the rushing sky. Lowering those stairs exposes the interior to violent aerodynamics, creating massive destabilizing drag. And worse, they are flying through a winter storm. As outside air breaches the cabin, the temperature instantly plummets to a lethal sub-zero deep freeze. Cooper stands on the metal ramp, battered by freezing winds, preparing to jump into absolute darkness. A blind leap into these conditions defies standard laws of human survival. The sheer force of the wind and the freezing air make a successful descent virtually impossible. Yet somewhere over the dense, mountainous terrain of the Pacific Northwest, Cooper steps off the stairs and plummets into the storm. Hours later, the pilots manage to safely navigate the compromised aircraft to the ground, touching down anxiously on the runway in Reno. The aircraft engines cut off. The flight crew cautiously unlocks the cockpit door and steps back into the main cabin. They find total silence. Dan Cooper, the ransom money, the 4 parachutes, and the bomb have entirely vanished. The only physical sign that anyone was ever there is the rear stairway, still fully extended and resting on the tarmac. It is a truly baffling reality. A man holding an explosive device evaporated from a sealed, flying tube in midair, leaving zero trace of his exit inside the cabin. Within hours, the FBI launches an exhaustive search grid across the rugged wilderness of the suspected drop zone. They comb through forests and drag rivers, but investigators fail to locate a body, a discarded parachute, or any shred of clothing belonging to the hijacker on the ground. The massive payload of cash, $200,000 in marked bills, is equally absent from the landscape. Over the following decades, agents run down thousands of leads and interrogate numerous suspects, yet no single person is ever conclusively proven to be the man in the sunglasses. The case rests on a lingering, unresolved question. Did a tactical mastermind perfectly calculate a mid-air escape, or did the freezing jump instantly claim his life in the remote woods below? Whether he survived the fall or not, the man known as Dan Cooper managed to slip entirely through the cracks of the justice system, becoming a literal ghost in American history. If this mystery kept you guessing, follow for more story.